What is up, guys? Welcome back to Dan's Reviews, and today I want to do a final video after, of course, Michonne's last episode, which, of course, was, last night. I want to do one kind of final Michonne video before we move on to kind of the current storyline going on right now with the Walking Dead, with the Whispers and everything like that, and the Commonwealth, and, episode 14 and all that stuff. I want to discuss episode 14 this week as well, but I figured this is probably the one video I think is really important to do before we move on to anything else this week, and that is the big question of when will we see Michonne? How long will it take before we actually eventually see Michonne again in the series, since she was not killed off in episode 13 of The Walking Dead season 10?
I held up my end, now hold up yours.
I'm not going back.
I've been in radio communicado with someone outside our orbit. Some of you might claim that I'm foolish. After everything we just lost, I'm willing to be the fool.
Okay, guys, so this is going to be doing the first video, of course, after the review and predictions and all the stuff that we posted last night for The Walking Dead after Michonne's final episode. So, going in episode 14, we will be doing some videos on episode 14 and a lot of discussion topic videos for that episode coming up, probably starting up tomorrow. But I figured to do one last Michonne video, I figured let's do one more since, this is it for her for the original Walking Dead series, but really the question is in this video, when are we going to see her again? How long is it going to take before we actually are going to see Michonne again? So, we're going to discuss that in this video because I do have a feeling it's going to be a long time and longer than what people think. Based off of kind of the reactions and stuff like that after the episode. So, I am happy to see that a lot of you guys really enjoyed this episode, which I'm very happy about. I did also hear a few people kind of say that they didn't like it or stuff like that, but generally people liked it, and, I have to say, I think it's one of the best episodes of the season. They did a really good job, with Michonne's exit and definitely setting it up, so she is going to be possibly in the Rick Grimes movies. Now, this is when this gets tricky, because we don't know past this. This is the most recent, what we saw yesterday is the most recent thing Michonne has ever, Denai Guerrero has ever filmed for Michonne. She has not filmed anything for the movies or anything like that yet. The movies have not even started yet, and because of this whole coronavirus, I have a feeling it's going to take even longer than it already was taking for the movies. So yeah, but, a lot of people are kind of wondering, when are we going to see the movies and how does that relate to how long it's going to be before we see Michonne again? So, I think we have to kind of answer, when do we think the movies are going to be actually released? Now, I'm starting to think the movies are going to come out by the end of 2021, or the beginning of 2022, which is just crazy that it's even, getting to that point. But with the coronavirus going on right now, plus the delays with the movie, I'm looking at the end of 2021 or the beginning of 2022 right now, even just for the first Rick Grimes movie. But, will Michonne be in the very first Rick Grimes movie? Does that make sense to have Michonne be in the first movie? I'm going to have to say no, it doesn't, because you have to see what happens to Rick for the first, 6 years he's gone. For the last 6 years, what has he been doing? And you're probably going to have to dedicate an entire movie, or at least most of the first movie on from where we're at in Season 9, Episode 5 timeline, all the way up until where we're at right now in just one movie. So, it's very likely that we're not even going to have time to see Michonne in the first Rick Grimes movie. And that's why I'm thinking, because Scott Gimple said there might be 3 Rick Grimes movies, that the second Rick Grimes movie makes sense for Michonne to come in. Now, if you're looking at that in a realistic way, and I hate to kind of be the bearer of bad news with this, but, if we're thinking that the first movie is going to explain the backstory of the last 6 years of Rick and Jadis and Heath and all them guys at the CRM, and Michonne will not be included, because we're going to have to see what happened to Rick after all these years, that's going to definitely take up a storyline of an entire movie, which means that, and I'm going to have to say, I don't think we're going to see Michonne in the first Rick Grimes movie. At best, the luckiest thing that could happen with us as fans is we get to see Michonne at the end of the very first Rick Grimes movie. That could happen, but and that would be a good lead-in to the second one. But in terms of Michonne and her actual storyline and what we're actually going to see and when we're going to see her again, if we think, let's say at the end of 2021 or at the beginning of 2022 is the first Rick Grimes movie, okay? Let's leave it at that. So, definitely from then on, leading into the second one, we're definitely going to have to wait a couple more years to get the second Rick Grimes movie, right? It makes sense. So, let's say it airs at the beginning of 2022. So, it's possible that we may only see the second Rick Grimes movie by 2024, at least. Like, either by the end of 2023 or the beginning of 2024. So, does this mean, and I know that maybe for some people you're kind of going to be like, Dan, you're off, but am I? That really, like, because, honestly, right now, I just don't think we're going to see Michonne in the first movie. I think they're going to have to explain what's going on with Rick for the first one. So, and definitely it's going to take a few years between the release of the first movie and the release of the second movie. So, I'm going to have to say, guys, to answer this video, I have a feeling that Michonne will be in the movies, but I think it's going to be in 2023 or in 2024. Either one of those years is going to be when the second one comes out, and that, in my opinion, is going to be probably when they're going to have Michonne find Rick in the second movie, and that would be, like I said, in 2023 or most likely 2024. Which is like, wow. Like, and who knows where the original series is going to be at that time. If the series is going to be over by that time, by the time Michonne finds Rick, could the original series be over? It's things like this that I'm really curious about. But, there's your answer, guys. I personally think that Michonne will probably only see Michonne in about almost 5 years. We're gonna have to wait to see Michonne. I have a feeling at least 4 years. I think we're gonna have to at least wait. I'm gonna say 4 years before we see Michonne. But it could be 5. Just saying. That would definitely give Denai Guerrero plenty of time to do whatever she wants to do, and that's the thing. By then, will she still be interested in doing the Walking Dead series? Will she still be interested in being in the movies? Because as far as we know, she hasn't signed anything yet. And I don't even think Andrew Lincoln has for the movies either. So definitely that makes me a little worried, still for the movies. But, I'm going to have to say late 2023 or most likely early 2024 is when the second one will come out, if there's no more delays, and if we can get the first one out, in the next, little bit. After this coronavirus, they can kind of step up their game and kind of get to the filming and all that kind of stuff, then most likely we're going to see Michonne in 2024, I think, when the second movie comes out. That's my guess. But if it's later, ouch. Like, honestly, like, wow. That's crazy to me. So, yeah, anyway, I want to hear from you guys. Do you guys think that it's going to take that long for Michonne to show up in 2024 is what I'm predicting the second movie? And I think that we're going to see Michonne in the second movie. I don't think we're going to see her in the first. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it'll be at the very end of the first movie, if anything. But we're going to mainly see what's going on with her, in the second movie, I feel like. And that, like I said, could be 2024 is something like what I'm thinking. So, yeah. Write your comments in the comment section below. If you're new here, click that subscribe button so you don't miss any of my Walking Dead views. Follow Dan's Walking Dead reviews on Instagram, guys. And, of course, I'll catch you guys really soon for another Walking Dead view. Some more discussion topic videos leading up to episode 14 of The Walking Dead Season 10 coming up this week, of course. And, of course, guys, enjoy the rest of your day, guys, and peace out.